Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to week 3. Got is everything on the screen here. We're at a very weird looking oval, because it's not an oval, it's a road course. We're at Road America, which is a 4-mile, road course. Sorry, I'm simultaneously trying to work on dinner here and get this started, so I'm a little bit late to the party. I did want to give these guys a little bit of a driver's briefing before the race actually started tonight, so I'm going to focus on doing that. And then as I transition into qualifying, I might disappear for a moment just to get myself set for the race. But so far we're looking good, so we'll just keep up with this. iRacing controller running. Got a track map. All right, drivers, we've got just over 3 or so minutes left in practice. I just wanted to give a little bit of a driver's briefing. I'll do this from time to time just to kind of summarize how things have gone and talk about anything that may need to be addressed from previous weeks or anything like that. Also trying not to burp. So we are now into week 3. This is our first and only road course this season. Definitely maybe not one that the trucks would normally come to, but I hope it's a lot of fun for you guys. I do genuinely try to make the schedule fun. I don't try to make you suffer, so hopefully it's the former, not the latter. So we had Daytona. Daytona was great. Then last week we had Chicago, which was also awesome. It was so exciting, in fact, that on the broadcast I did not catch the finish of the race actually happening. I was wondering why the leaders were slowing down until I realized they had crossed the start-finish line. So that's how intense it was for me. So we had one particular incident, and I'm not going to use specifics because I'm not trying to call anybody out, but there was an incident that was brought up at the end of the race in regards to lap cars blocking possibly a battle for the lead in any stage of the race. In specifics, it was towards the end of the race, but I just want to put my 2 cents in on that. This is how I've kind of looked at it from the beginning. This is a stock car league. It's not a European road style league, so nobody's going to get penalized for blocking unless it becomes to an extreme point where people are causing wrecks and things of that nature. But I would hope, and there are plenty of examples of drivers who clearly understand, what their position is on the track and do not want to impede the progress or the race and the battle of other drivers, so they get out of the way. And I would like to applaud every single one of you that has done that, because I think that's awesome. But I also understand that sometimes you feel like you don't want to for one reason or another. Again, you don't have to explain yourself. I just want to make it clear that if drivers are in a position where they are holding up somebody that is clearly faster and there's a lap difference, these vehicles do have bumpers and fenders. So at some point, somebody with the skill to be in the lead and the speed to get around you is going to use their vehicle to do so. I'm not, promoting wrecking people or anything like that, but I just want to put it out there that that's the end game, and we're all here trying to have fun and all that stuff. So I would just like to highlight that better decisions can be made in certain scenarios, but I'm not asking every driver on the track to just pull off when they see the leader coming. That's not how I'm going to officiate this league. So I just wanted to clear that up. I know there was some back and forth about that last week, so I just want to put my 2 cents in there. Again, if anybody has any questions or anything, we can definitely talk about that. Hopefully we won't run into too much of that tonight, being on a road course. You guys are 4 miles long here, so hopefully we're spread out enough to not have too much. But we are rolling into qualifying now, so I'm going to let you guys go get that taken care of, and we'll see you on the other side.
Thanks, man.
Also now realizing that qualifying is still only 5 minutes on a track that takes you guys, over 2.5 to lap. So you're probably going to want to try to go ahead and hurry up and get that first one in because it might be the only one that you do get. Apologies, that should have been 10. That's my fault. But good luck, have fun. So I'm gonna be in and out, folks, on the stream. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get some food in me here, and then um, maybe have to take a little pit stop before the actual race starts. 25 laps tonight. We looked at the fastest practice times here, so I think your fastest at the end of it was Anthony Landry with a 2:13.331. So look for him to try to repeat that or better in his qualifying run tonight. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I will be around. And I'm watching chat too, so feel free to jump in. I'll definitely have fun with you. All right. I'm back as good as I will be. We have 20 seconds left. We are going to have a handful of folks are going to be able to set a time. It's not going to be by a whole lot, unfortunately. Yeah, I apologize, guys. That was really dumb. So once again, uh, my bad. I think I'll make an adjustment going forward. I think just in general to bump it to 10 minutes, and then if everybody's done ahead of time, we can advance and just make that the standard because that was silly.
It's the last stroke course of the season. 5 minutes is fine.
Yeah, I had like 2 turns left. I didn't get a lap in.
Yeah, the only 3 drivers ended up actually getting a time, so. But it's 25 laps, guys. You're definitely, I think, gonna have to stop once at least for fuel. We've got 2 tire changes. They're the set that you have, and then 2 more waiting for you in the pits. What am I trying to say? If the trucks do end up spinning, I mean, you guys, probably 3/4 of the field could run circles around me, but you know, they're very sensitive to heat. So if we do get spun or something happens, remember when you get back on track, give it some time to cool off, both the driver and the vehicle, before you jump right back on it and make another mistake. But good luck. Have a lot of fun. If you need anything, I will be here. Do not expect any full course yellows for this race. Thank you. All right. We are
Green.
away. All right, guys, this is just going to be a funky race. I'm just holding my breath for this corner right here. Oh, William.
Oh, no. Everything's okay.
See if he. Oh
Ben,
my.
is my truck dead or no? It feels fine.
Right front is a little damaged, buddy, but it doesn't look super bad. Just keep an eye on your temps if you can, okay?
Tempo, cheers. I didn't hit the front center too hard, but it should.
Yeah, it looks off to the side to me, buddy, not the middle.
Yeah, we'll be alright. I wanted to last the first challenge anyway.
I think we can all appreciate that he did not.
If anyone pooped themselves during that, I'm obligated to buy you new underwear.
What about pants?
All right. Sorry, guys. So, as it all shuffles around from the start of the race, Mr.
Okay.
Alex has taken the lead away from Carrie in second here. I'm going to try to grab
mixed like a bowl.
more entertaining cameras here. So there's your top 3, the 94, the 77, and the very bright yellow 9 right behind him. So they are in a little bit of a 3-car breakaway at the moment with a Leighton, Orgard, and Anthony Landry, a very tight group behind them. So far, so good. Through the field a little bit more. Frederick, or Fred, I'm going to call him, has a little bit damage to, oh my goodness, the back of the 51 machine. I'm not 100% sure how he got that. Let's see. Oh, that was William just barely catching him off the start of the race there is what had happened, and that was presumably a mile and a half or so of netcode again. So the trucks weren't really too close to each other, but that didn't completely and utterly stop them from any Anything bad like that happening. So Frederick currently leading the battle when it comes to incident points. He sits at 6, so 2 off tracks, and that contact with William, hopefully that doesn't get him anywhere near our limit of 25 tonight, because we definitely don't want to see anybody having to force down pit road for that penalty. Let's see, in 7th place, right behind him is Corey Abbott. You saw him kind of peel back. I don't know if smartly the word or cautiously, however you want to put that, but he tried his best to stay out of harm's way at the beginning of the race, and now finds himself setting sail in P7. Looking clean so far. One of the handful of drivers left. I'd say about half the field out of our 12-car field so far has 0 incident points, so good for him. Net code, like normal nets, is very good at catching and bundling. Yeah, something got bundled there for sure. This is the Allstate discount double check bundle, I think, as William almost absolutely bought the entire field a new truck at the start, so that would have been everyone's faster pair. The good news is, though, at least hopefully the good news is everybody's going to be able to kind of hang out. Like to go back here, though, I would just like to highlight the battle for the lead. As our 3 leaders, you can throw a blanket over them currently, and they are on the longest straightaway on the track. This is the front stretch, and drafting is involved. Kerry Brooks looking to the inside of Alex Dupere. 2 wide across the line. Kerry with the advantage on the inside. Will take the corner. Sean Ryan now in a great position to pounce on the back of the 94 as well. Actually gets a little tail happy there as he tries to stay right on the back bumper of the 94 Six Sigma machine. God, I love that truck, Alex. I'm telling you, buddy, that's just, you know, it's not the colors or anything like that for me that gets it. It's just it looks like a race truck painting. It looks like that's supposed to be like that, you know. Paintings can be pretty and not just look like they're supposed to be. But John Ryan now to the inside of that beautiful looking truck, and he will actually take that position, maybe a little wide on exit, but does manage to gather it. Everybody kicking a little bit of dust up there coming out of that corner. I believe that is corner 5. Now into corner 6. I'm adding numbers like that makes a difference to the average person because I don't know. I've got a map in front of me that I can see numbers on. Thank you, iRace Control. Not sponsored. Just want to tell everybody that you got to use it. If you use it, you got to use it. You just got to. Another close battle here. Leighton. Oh my goodness, and Anthony Landry to the inside, 2x2. Oh, that is not a corner that you can go too wide in. Oh, both of these trucks managing to do it somehow. Still too wide. I don't know if the kink's going to work, guys. Leighton bails out for the moment. Gosh, that was something. I didn't see quite how Landry got alongside of him, but my goodness, once he was there, that was a little scary. But clean pass overall for Landry. Leighton playing very nice in the early stages, which is definitely something that I would recommend if you're trying to make it all 25 laps here as we sit currently on lap 3, closing in on the start of lap 4 as the drivers take the final couple corners on the speedway. We see Kerry Brooks kind of rocketing ahead. Sean Ryan doing a little bit of blinking there. Sean, I got you blinking just a little bit, buddy. It's not super bad, but I just want to let you know. Sometimes you don't know when you're the one that's blinking. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you're like, no shit.
Told me.
Okay. 10-4, buddy. I just want to let you know. Sometimes it's like, yeah, I know I'm blinking. Shut up. It sucks. But sometimes.
Let me know if it gets worse. I don't want to take anyone out.
Hey, you picked a heck of a track for it to happen on, buddy, for sure, because hopefully you're going to stay in some good space here. But yeah, I'll keep an eye on it. So let me go back a little bit further in the field here. So I skipped over Steve. I don't want to do that. So Steve is one of our LAS drivers. This is a very pretty blue and yellow number 6 machine, again with the Six Sigma stickers on there. It looks like a sticker. It really does. It looks like you just printed something right on the side of it. Another beautiful, beautiful truck. He's back there. Started. Wow. Did iRacing Control not tell me where he started? iRacing does. He started 9th, so he's up 1 position, presumably from William having his mishap. And he's just kind of sitting behind Corey. Corey's probably a pretty chill guy to get behind, and we're all just chilling, you know? It's a chill thing. So it's early. A lot of these road races, what's going to happen is going to happen, right? So it's kind of going to let it develop, let it come to you. You can't really make something happen all at once, except for bad things usually. So keep an eye on that. Right behind him, Rocket Man himself, William White. He's slightly rearranged right front custom bumper that he has on his 43 Landon C NSB machine. Shout out to Chad. Definitely a good buddy of mine. Landon C and NSB is the side company there that he, Chad Lancaster, that is, runs with his wife, girlfriend, significant other, partner. That's the word I'm going to use. And they make a bunch of really neat little knickknacks or whatever. Stuff that they're kind of reusing out of the local area that kind of like wash up on the shore and things like that. Lots of aquatic themed things. But I guess I wouldn't say most importantly, because I don't want to make it sound like everything else isn't important. But how it relates to us is he has also crafted the trophies for the winners or the top 3 finishers in our league since we started here at the Six Sigma Sim Racing Leagues. They are wonderful. They started out as laser printed plaques, which were super cool because, I mean, a trophy's neat, but a plaque goes on the wall, you know what I mean? So it's a lot easier to show those off. And then he started for the winners after the first season creating LED stand-up kind of, I don't know what you would call it, like trophies. And they look great.
Overcooked it there, Willis.
You haven't done my lot.
Hardcastle hanging on back there. We'll get to those boys in a second, but excuse me. Yeah, the definitely check them out though. Lots of really cool things on there. They have a laser printer and they're not afraid to use it creatively. They got hats, they got hoodies. Last time I checked, it's been a couple minutes since I've jumped on their site, but we got their link in the Discord here. So jump on in that and take a look. And I would take a look back here. We've got some trucks facing the wrong way. I'm not sure Hardcastle's got a license to operate that lawnmower. Let's see what happened here. Yeah, he hooked it, and Shay had a little bit of a, my goodness. Pause right here. Oh, not gonna. All right, fine. That didn't work out how I wanted it to, but that's cool. Shay is currently rocking his number 8 Sharpie Toyota, as he has been all season so far. It's a very cool little paint scheme. He is pretty gosh darn good. So 4 incident points so far. Total of 5 laps, so it's about a point a lap. If he continues that trend, he will be penalized on the final lap, so he's hoping that he can sneak 1 lap out without getting an incident point. Those off tracks can be tricky though, and spin out it's 2, so gotta keep it under control. But he's learning, he's getting it down, and he's looking good. The truck's looking clean. So you see him continue his success. Behind him, our new points leader when it comes to incident points. Unfortunately, the wrong kind of points. Mr. Andrew Hardcastle struggling on the road course here. Up to 11 incident points so far, and he's still on lap 4. Now he will be completing lap 4 as he comes across the line here to start lap 5. So that is our new leader in, you know, spinning, I guess. How to talk that up, but he's working on it. Road courses are clearly not his favorite thing. Really excited to see what happens later this season, though, when we take these trucks to a dirt-covered Bristol. That's where he really shines. So toward that, still have to take some time to sit with him and work through the plans for that. In our final truck here, it's actually in the middle of the field here. This is Matthew in the 25. Our winner from Chicagoland last week. He had I'm gonna call them, let's say, electrical issues. That's what I'm gonna call it, because I don't know what the real problem was. He was in and out of the session at the start of the race here, so finally got everything all connected and good to go. And now he is out. Unfortunately, he finds himself 4 laps down, so not currently competing for any position, and due to the nature of the road courses where the lack of the cautions is going to be a big factor. It's going to be hard for him to catch back up, but still cool to see him out there. Neat that he got to get out in the pack too, so he's actually driving right behind his teammate buddy there, Frederick, who was fighting him for the lead last week, so pretty used to seeing the 51 and the 25 next to each other, so that's pretty cool. These guys find each other on track again, so hopefully they have some fun out there, because that's what it's all about. The points don't matter that much. We're just having some fun. So gonna back at the leaders for a moment. You've got Kerry Brooks still in the lead, 6/10 at the last interval, now 5/10 over Sean Ryan. Sean really trying to zero in on the back of that 77 machine. Draft playing a big factor. These two, though, clearly checking out from the drivers behind them. Alex Dupere is actually 4th now, so you see Landry's truck in the red back. There's Alex way in the back, so he's fallen a little bit behind. Landry trying to make his way towards the front, hoping to see these two battle, I'm sure, to try to get some ground caught up on them. We're on lap 6, so a 5th or so of the race has passed us by. I'm thinking, if I recall my conversations with Kerry earlier this week correctly, the fuel limits of the truck take you to somewhere between 17 and 19 laps, so definitely going to have to pit here at some point, but I would say in probably maybe 2 laps or so, you'll see that fuel window open, and you'll see maybe some drivers looking to make the undercut. Try to make that work there. Yeah, Sean's blink, blink, blink. That section, and then he's fine for a little bit, then he blinked some more. I'm sure Kerry's telling you, Sean, but it's definitely not getting any better, buddy. Sucks to see him struggling with internet, man, because he's such a gosh darn good driver. We had actually last season, so the Summer League's preseason events, he had a very commanding lead in the MX5 race there before he was cast out due to some internet issues. Managed to come back and still did pretty good. I think he still beat me, so he was doing good, but he's flickering now, off and on, pretty healthy, so it's unfortunate. And I mean, maybe Kerry can ignore it better than I can, but having a truck blinking like that around you, it kind of messes me up, even if it's in my mirror, definitely if it's in front of me. So I'm sure Kerry's looking to keep that 9 machine behind him. As Landry does manage to kind of pull them both in, as you'll see that red number 39 truck in the background kind of sneaking into the distance. Just behind them, though, Alex and a Leighton. There's a lot of A's. Anthony, Alex, and a Leighton, 3rd, 4th, and 5th right now. Trying to sort out 4th place. Alex has it. A Leighton presumably wants it. Let's see how they bargain. 6/10 or so of a gap between these two. That's another thing that stinks too, is the race doesn't understand, or I guess the AI doesn't understand when a truck flickers, get yellow zones on the track. The vehicle blinking in and out of existence kind of causes a little local caution area on the track. So what I would like to do, though, while those two are battling it out here, let's jump in the cockpit here with Mr. Anthony Landry as he comes out of the final corner. looking to chase those two up the hill. He's got his distance now down to 1.75 seconds. So doing a fantastic job of closing in on the back of Sean Ryan. Across the start-finish line there, diving into turn 1 now, which is a pretty tight turn. All the turns on this track are presumably, 90-degree angles or so. And you see the fight in front of them. Get a beautiful view of the pass Sean Ryan just put on Kerry Brooks. This is great camera work, Alex, or Anthony, I'm sorry. Keep it up. I love it, man. Watching those two trade positions there. So now we get to really see what kind of motor that 9 truck's got. His first time leading all night. Will he pull away? Kerry already taking a look back to the inside. So Mr. Brooks is fairly certain that he's not super pumped about trying to let the 9 truck get away. So that'll be something. But Anthony, thank you for that wonderful onboard. You're hired. Great camera work. And these 3 actually are about to do absolute battle, because as these the front 2 play, Landry enjoys their delay, I guess. I don't know, that needed to rhyme. I tried. But yeah, this is a very tight battle here for first, second, and third on the track. Definitely the positions that you would like to see a battle in. The pack has almost kind of tightened in the back, though. There's some good tightening, and there's some cars very close to each other. You've got this cluster led by Corey Abbott in the 21 machine. Steve B trying to work him over. There's a little bit of contact there. 6 truck all over the back of the 21, really trying to maybe persuade Corey that it is time to move over and let some of these guys go through. And you also have William White there, the fender dent crew, trying to get his truck out of a pocket into the front. Oh, Corey Abbott sails it off the corner there. He's off into the sand trap. Well, that's one way to let everybody by, I guess. I'm sure that's not what he wanted to do. He's going to take that in the 6 machine. 25 breathing down his neck again. That is Matthew, who is a good handful of laps down, so I'm not sure how much pressure he will administer. 43 of William White now pulling alongside the 25. Had some drafts in the beginning. I just hope that there's not too much of a parachute. And I believe there was a little bit of lift from the 25 there as well. I think he probably could have maybe pushed the envelope there a little bit harder, but decided against it due to his position on track, which is respectable. Somebody who last week was in a tight battle for the lead and had a tough time navigating some lap traffic, so he definitely preaches what he plays for sure. So that's cool to see. Nothing but good stuff to say about the LAS boys coming over this season. Great new additions, great drivers, great trucks too, and cool names that I'm terrible at pronouncing, but that's a whole different thing. Oh, Matthew gets the wall there a little bit, maybe not trying not to run the 43 over. I'm not sure if he thought that he could push the envelope in that a little bit more. Not 100% sure how that went down, but the wall sometimes is a better option than somebody else's rear bumper. So all of these guys live to tell the tale and die another day, as they say. Back up front, Sean Ryan has pulled ahead. Kerry Brooks now by almost a second. He is trying to break the draft there. As you see the yellow car, I'm afraid to focus on him because he's going to blink out and everyone's going to be wondering what we're looking at for a second, and you're going to get camera whiplash, and nobody wants camera whiplash. Kerry Brooks now in P2, starting to come under fire from the 39. Anthony Landry in P3, the Craftsman. This is a really neat truck. I haven't had a chance to look at it super closely yet, so I'm going to now. Thank you, TV1. That is the Sim Magic Craftsman number 39. Great paint job. The red and the black accentuated well. That's the Craftsman colors, but it to also sponsor the same with Sim Magic is really cool. Now there's Sean blinking again. Gosh darn it. So, yeah, neat to see him there. Oh, Kerry gets a little bit loose going into the first turn there, and just to gather it up, but Anthony's going to try to capitalize on that. that goes. Just a little bit further back in the pack here, too. Battle continues between the Leighton Norgard and Frederick L. I'm going to not try that, buddy. I'm sorry. Again, probably a really cool last name, and if Kerry was here, he would kill the pronunciation. He's awesome at that stuff, probably because he knows French. But I'm not going to try. It would make me sad to ruin it. These two are having one heck of a battle right now, down to 3/10 as we rumble into that infamous turn 5, that 90-degree left after the curvy straightaway. Leighton looking to try to get around the 94. He'd really like to get into 4th place, excuse me. I'm not sure due to the nature of the track if Leighton would have enough speed to try to pull away. The draft is definitely nice, but passing opportunities aren't always aplenty on road courses, so sometimes the vehicle that stays behind is actually a bit quicker. It's very hard to tell, obviously, but it would be interesting to see if these guys would have anything. They both... Oh! 94. I was looking away as soon as that spin happened. Go back here and try to see exactly what happened. Oh, goodness. Yeah, he just got all of that curb. It's great. Great heads-up driving from both of those guys, though, to safely re-enter and not cause any issues. Unfortunate, though. 94 truck now falling way off the pace. I'm sorry, not off the pace, but off the position that he was in. He now finds himself back in what will presumably be 9th position behind Corey Abbott. And Anthony Landry has made it to the pits, as well as Frederick L., Steve B., William White. I'm showing you these cars like you can see them, but they're literally behind a pit wall and can't, yeah, not a single angle is going to help me there. There they are. Whole gaggle of trucks. Take your pick. You got a bunch of them here coming down pit road to grab some new tires, enough gas to get them to the end of the race, and maybe in the case of William White specifically, a brand new paint job and front bumper. Get some more speed out of that 43 truck. We'll see how much of a deterrent that aero damage would be. He'll be able to go back out there and prove that he's got what it takes. Guys will be moving out. An eye on pit exit here. Too much of a reshuffle. They're all going to come down pretty similar to how they went in, which makes sense. These pit stops do not take a long time at all. Oh, Hardcastle has a meatball flag now. That is a black flag with an orange dot. That might be his cue to pit. There's a few folks we've talked about. Oh, Alex is around again as well, or just off track. Action here. Get those new tires, you think, yeah, they're really good, but they're also cold, so you kind of gotta let them come to you a little bit. Let's jump in board here with Corey Abbott, currently sitting in P8 as it stands. What I was talking about, the meatball flag for non-iRacing folks that hear that and they go, what the heck, what do you meatball? I just had that for dinner. I did, I had spaghetti and meatballs. Meatball flag is a black flag with an orange dot in the center of it. Think the Japanese national flag, but instead of the white and the red center, it's black with an orange center. And that essentially means that your vehicle has taken on enough damage to require a mandatory pit stop to fix repairs, or you will be disqualified from the race. So Hardcastle had taken enough damage there to need to come down pit road. He will. Got a Kerry Brooks into Leighton. Norgard now hits. Back there, so Leighton's coming into his stall as Kerry is going to be about ready to take off here, I think. Sean Ryan's still out in front. Oh no, Alex. Oh, that's not good. Are we going to see a tow? Yep, we're going to see a tow. What happens to Alex here? Oh, oh man. Oh, that's a big hit. Yep. Oh, double hit. 94 truck. He was definitely struggling on those new tires for sure. You could tell. That was not going well. That's super unfortunate though. At one point he was battling for fourth, so very tough to see that happen. He is now towed to the pits. Hopefully he still has a faster pair. Definitely don't want to see that to be the end of the race for him. But Anthony, I'm trying not to call him Alex, but for some reason I want to call you Alex. Anthony Landry has taken the position away from Kerry Brooks now, so this is the on-track battle for second. Sean Ryan has not pit yet, so he's 40 or so seconds out ahead of these guys right now, but he will have to come in and service his vehicle as well. So like I logged in to see my wife driving. Oh no, you can't say that. That's not nice. I mean, it is kind of funny, but it's a tough track, man. It's very squiggly. Hardcastle looks to be having himself some issues there. Oh man, yeah, he's just holding on. Hang in there, Andrew. Got this. But no, Anthony Landry's got a really good race going for himself right now. It'll be interesting to see where he comes out. I'm not 100% sure what this will all look like. Sean Ryan is now officially in the pits, so this starts our countdown. So you'll see Landry coming out of the final turn up onto the straightaway here. We'll see if we can catch Sean Ryan coming out of the pits. It's going to be close. Sean's still not moving. The undercut might have worked brilliantly for Landry. We'll see. Sean's still in the pits. And there he goes. Sean Ryan absolutely got his doors blown off there. Anthony Landry is now your new race leader after a brilliant set of events in the pit stop, so fantastic for him. Kerry Brooks is now in second, 2.5 seconds off of him, and Sean Ryan is another 3 3/4 seconds off of Kerry. So disaster for 9 truck. Not what he wanted to see at all. He's now got his work 100% cut out for him after taking the lead. Now going to have to deal with some fresh tires. But I definitely still can see it. 4 seconds sounds like a lot, but I mean, there's Kerry, so he can still see him. And we got a ways to go for sure. Get some. Jimmy's actually not with us tonight, buddy. Pull up your driver list for tonight, but unfortunately, Jimmy was not one of the ones that could make it. Had a pretty rough race last night. I'm not sure if you caught that over on Brian's channel from what I saw, but maybe he got his fill for road course racing and wants to do something else tonight. So, all good. I definitely can understand not wanting to do a road course for Road America specifically for trucks. So, it is all good. I do appreciate everybody that did come out, though. It's so far, it seems to be a pretty cool situation. I think the track's doing well. Get Sean and Beeman were good. Yeah, actually Brian hasn't put a lap in yet either. He's not here. You do have Corey though. Yes, there's your buddy Corey back here. That was a cool camera switch. You see the camera just turned. I like that. That was cool. Wish I could do that on purpose. So yeah, Corey had a pretty cautious start there and ended up getting himself moving and shaking. Made 1 or 2 mistakes, nothing huge, nothing to damage the truck or anything, and he's kind of content to sit back in P8. You can tell he's driving a little bit nervous, not a lot of confidence tonight, but still keeping it cool and collected as he can. So we'd love to see that for sure. Let's take a look, see here, back up. I don't know. Had some close battles. So Corey is actually ironically. Closest battle on the track right now for position, not behind him. That's Matthew, who is a late join, and currently I think still 4 laps down. But between his teammate and Corey up ahead of him, Steve B in the 6 machine, looking to defend Corey Abbott. Action going on here. So Anthony Landry is still race leader. I'm just trying to make sure I have my bearings on what's going on. So Anthony's still in P1. Kerry is still P2. Should see Sean right there in P3 in the yellow. Yep, rocking P3. Leighton, just about 11 seconds behind them in P4. You'll see him take the elbow here now that Sean was just on. Oh, Kerry Brooks had a little bit of a yellow flag incident there. I'm not sure. He off track, I guess. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, that was a good save. And you see Sean, little skateboard kick out behind him there too. And now I saw it light up yellow, and I was like, oh man, and then ended up saving it. So before he got hit, you're blaming Jimmy. That's fair. He did not get hit though, so can't blame Jimmy yet. We'll see what happens. Yeah, bumped, I will say. I think 6 truck earlier had suggested that he maybe move out of the way a little bit. But nothing personal and nothing too violent, so we move on. Sean Ryan. Oh man. He is flying. His last lap was a 2:13.518. That is a whole second faster than both of the guys in front of him, so he's absolutely headhunting these guys. Anthony Landry still actually with the fastest lap though. 2:13, 2:44, which is hilarious because Sean's is faster than his best. But I think the blinking is definitely working against him tonight, so that's unfortunate. But we'll see what happens. He's run Kerry down a good bit. Kerry is starting to pick away a little bit at Landry's lead. I would say maybe a half a second over like the last 3 or 4 laps. So it's not very substantial, but it is there. These guys have... Oh, Kerry's blinking now. Oh my goodness. That's not what we wanted to see, or maybe I'm blinking. Sorry. So Kerry is good to see what... A furrow black flag. At you. What's going on, buddy? Just chilling. I don't... Black flag. Okay. Quite sure I know what's going on there. William White getting himself some off-track action. So is Kerry Brooks. But it is still the Anthony Landry show, the 39 machine, with a great run so far. I mean, pit strategy, brilliant. Definitely advanced his position wholeheartedly coming out of the pits there. So that is still holding true. He has 2 very, very hungry drivers right behind him. But let's see what happens. Yeah, he does. Matthew's got a dope truck. Let's go take a look at that. Oh, it is Red Bull. It's for sure. I'll get TV1 for you here so you can see it, but it is a beautiful, beautiful machine as it looks all over the back bumper of Corey. So Matthew is definitely one of the faster drivers in the field for sure. He is, I think, just trying to be cool, calm, and consistent right now due to the fact that he's a few laps down, so he's trying not to disrupt any of these fights like the one happening right in front of him between Steve V and Corey A. Start talking to him like that. How about that? And Frederick has disconnected. Oh, Corey's in the sand. That's not what I want to see. So these two absolutely having it out for each other. I want to show you the battle for the second place as well, but this one's got to be just as good, so we'll keep an eye on these two for the moment. But Sean Ryan has overtaken Kerry Brooks for second. And now we'll set his sights on Anthony Landry in first. These two are still door to door, which is impressive on a track like this for sure. Corey taking the inside line though, so he will complete the pass for the moment. No! Steve to the inside, still side by side. Now Steve has the preferred line into the next corner. Oh, and he gets loose! On the brakes, Steve gets loose. Comes right back out on the track. Corey with nowhere to go ends up just kind of bumping into him there. They continue on. What a battle these two are having right now. I can't look away. Sean Ryan slowly pulling away from Kerry. Possible mistake from Kerry there, or just Sean ended up having some more speed here, but right in front of the leaders there. Shea had a little bit of a spin. The leaders are catching some of the lappers, so let's flip over here and keep an eye on what's going on here. So jump on chase cam just so I can get. So this is Sean Ryan, Shea right in front of him. He's trying to stay wide. Trying, it's hard. It's hard. There's not a lot of space, but it was a good attempt. That's one of those ones where we highlight that in a corner like that, you know, Sean wanting to get all of the apex into the corner exit, it would actually have been more beneficial for both drivers if Jay just took the corner like normal and didn't try to give it to Sean. But that's okay. I mean, again, it's appreciated. Sean is now successfully around both drivers. Andrew Hardcastle there, the truck that he just passed, has successfully hit our 25 incident limit. So he is now on his way to the pits to serve his drive-through penalty. Kerry Brooks, I'm not sure. I want to see what happened here. So this is what happened. Oh, big lockup. Yeah, he's trying to get around Shea there and just ended up looping it. So Kerry has fallen now very far off of two-car tandem of Anthony Landry and Sean Ryan. An eye on these two, 1.8 seconds between, and a whole 6 laps to go at the line, if my math checks out, and usually it doesn't. So that's developing. That's a thing. Corey Abbott and Steve B are still duking it out. Looks like Matthew ended up getting around Corey there and was trying to help his teammate move forward, which is cool. Corey probably just as content to chill in P7 for the moment. I'm sure he would like to get around Steve, but it is hard to pass for sure. But they had a heck of a battle. That was really cool, and I'm glad we got to watch that. No other really tight battles on the racetrack at the moment. You've got Sean Ryan trying to run down and successfully running down Anthony Landry a whole half a second or more since we last looked at them. So Sean Ryan really finding some pace here. With just about 6 laps to go. Unfortunately, he is still blinking in and out of existence before our very eyes. We wish he would just give up that magic trick. Nobody's really enjoying it. I'm sure he isn't either. but yeah. Great driver, but his truck looks like a big bird. Yeah, it's the Pennzoil. It's a pretty common scheme. I think that's actually a Steve Park style Pennzoil scheme there from the old DEI days. Got the backwards E, I guess depending upon which side you're looking at. Drag into the back of the truck, so that's pretty cool. But I cannot stress enough, he is there, ladies and gentlemen. Sean Ryan to the inside. Oh man, he gets a really good outbreak on the 39 truck. Landry way wide, a little loose. Sean Ryan does clear him. What a great pass. He gave him a mile of space too. Just some awesome close racing tonight, and just no contact, you know, other than a couple taps here and there, which is what these vehicles are built for. I cannot stress this enough, guys. I know there's not a lot of vehicles out there tonight, but just a master class in driving around each other for a field that has such a large gap of experience. It's awesome. So Sean Ryan, to the point now, he has coming up on, what's my lap counter here? Everyone's finished 18 laps, so coming up on 6 to go. Is going to have to try to do everything that he can to get away from Mr. Landry. Now, Sean was able to run him down, but it is not a guaranteed set match at this point because Landry now has Sean's draft. North America, as you can see from follow my mouse cursor here, up in the top right corner here, there's a very low detailed track map for you, but has a lot of straightaways, as you can see here, lots of places where draft will be a factor, and some really sharp turns to keep them together, so to speak. So we'll see what happens, but at the moment, Sean Ryan not able to successfully pull away by a large gap, but he has made himself just a slightly over half a second gap, now actually closer to a second gap on Mr. Landry. So see that Kerry Brooks now 10 seconds off of Landry, so he's picking himself a little bit. Hardcastle has cleared his black flag. Alex Tupert is actually back on track, so that 94 machine back out. I commend him, and I would like a round of applause for everybody. He had to repair that damage from that massive crash earlier with no fast repair, so he had to sit through that whole pitting sequence. He's now last on the track, actually a lap behind the 25 truck that sits in front of him. So it's really cool. A lot of drivers would just give up and not come back, but he's back out there running what he's got. And I think that is good. Shay's off track here a little bit. And I got to stress this too. So Shay only has 12 incident points, which, sure, that's a lot, I guess, but he's well under his incident point per limit or per lap limit that we talked about at the beginning of the race. So that's really cool. He's only at 12, and here we are sitting on currently lap 19 of 25. So just a few more laps and he'll be good. He's sitting P8, taking advantage of just about everybody that's made a mistake so far tonight, between mistakes that you can't control, like Matthew's internet connection issues, and Frederick and Alex having their issues. Actually, not completely convinced I saw what Frederick's issue was. That's fortunate. It looks like he just kind of had to bail into the pits. I want to, if I can try to understand what transpired here. He was at 22 incident points when he finally did bail. So I'm not 100% certain why he had left, but that's too bad. Because he was definitely having a great race for the most part. I mean, he was keeping his nose clean, which is good. Who do we want to watch? Sean Ryan's always fun to watch when he doesn't blink. Sean. Oh, got a yellow there. God, the yellows always scare me because it's like, oh man, there's a crash, and it's just an off track or something. So, and they go slow in the corners, and iRacing's like, it's a caution. And it's like, it's a sharp turn. But nice try. Anthony's still trying to keep up with Sean Ryan. He's now just under 2 seconds off the back of the 9 truck now, sliding that back into that 39. That was sick. Trying to do all he can to keep Sean in range, but Sean's being pretty convincing at this point. His intermittent disappearing. Trying to seal the deal for the 9 machine. Pennzoil back in victory lane. He sure would like to do that, I'm sure. We're going to be coming up on the start of lap 22 of 25. So it'll be officially 4 laps to go at the line. Oh man, Landry is... And I've seen him do this. This guy is Anthony, you're a wheelman, buddy. I hope you watch this. This is awesome. I do not care if he is faster than Sean. Anthony is fun to watch drive and wrestle with this truck. This thing has kicked out multiple times and shimmied back and forth, and I sincerely do not think that the 39 machine lifts at any point during this process. That is a slick-looking truck. That is a slick-looking driver. Whatever happens from this point forward, I'm very impressed with Anthony's tonight. So, cheers to him, and see if he can keep rolling with Sean. What else do we got? Hardcastle's back in the pits. That's not great. He's only at 28 incident points. He has not unlocked tier 2 of incident penalty. Only at 28 still, so not quite sure what the story is behind that. Maybe he's going to do some sightseeing for the rest of the race. That I couldn't tell you. Our second closest battle on the track right now is actually Corey Abbott off of Steve B. 2-second gap. See Steve right there. Sorry. Gosh, don't you love the irony of drinking an energy drink and still yawning? Gosh, man. It's like, what else do I do? No, Corey's got himself in P7 right now. He's trying to keep his head down, get after it. So we'll kind of move forward from here. So a TV2 cam. So this is Corey in 7th. These are all presumably your lead lap trucks, I would say. So you got Corey Abbott in 7th, and 6th you've got Steve B. Making waves for himself, doing a pretty good job. In 5th place, you have Mr. William White, back from the dead with his new front bumper, looking pretty good in his top 5, 3.85 seconds off of his buddy Leighton. In 4th in the 12 machine. P3 is everyone's favorite Ford F-150 driver, Kerry Brooks. The only F-150 in the field. Doesn't mean he's not awesome. Trying to stick in there after his incident, trying to get around some lap cars there in T1. And then we bump into our pair of lead drivers. It is an extremely weird-looking oval. I agree. It's going to be the weirdest one all season, and then we go back to very much more defined ovals. Nope, we decided to give Road America. Well, I decided that I would like to see Road America run, and then realized that iRacing has not done it yet, so there was no setup, and I was like, bummer. So all of these trucks are actually running the setup for Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, or Mosport. Seems to be working pretty gosh darn well, I would say. Corey Abbott has pulled a little time in here on Steve B. I'm going to keep an eye on him. Actually, let's jump on board with Corey, see if he can reel him in from behind the wheel. I know you guys don't like behind the wheel. Let's do gyro. How's gyro? You know, see some more bars in your face for immersion? There's more bars in your face. Heck yeah. Corey Abbott all up on the wheel. Down to 1.1 seconds now with draft on the straightaway. Momentum is coming. Corey Abbott is closing the gap, and closing the gap fast. Down to 3/4 of a second now. Let's see what he can do. If he can get to back end of Steve B's truck. Currently on lap 23, Sean Ryan a few corners away from starting second to last lap of the race. And this is still presumably the closest. And oh man, there's lots of 1X's going on right now, guys. My race log is the last 2 minutes, there have been 7 1X's. We have a total incident count in the session currently of 133 incident points, compared to everything but the final lap of Daytona, where I think the total incident point was like 4 or something like that. And we jumped up to 20 something because the entire field decided to play tag across the start-finish line in a steel cage match, which was cool. Corey Abbott, a little bit closer this time than he was around this time last lap. If you recall, he was about 2 seconds back. Oh, a little bit sideways. But now he has a little bit of a shorter gap now and some draft to see if he can pull it in. DQ the 43 for track limits and tell him I says hi. I have something for you, Thomas. You love this. Let's take a peek at the 43 entirely. Let's look. So here's William as he stands, but let's look back to what happened on the opening. Oh, that's not it. So I can't go back. Darn it. I don't think it's going to spool back that far. So I can't spool back that far. He was the recipient of was that qualifying or was that? Okay. No, that's all I can do. Okay, sorry, enough playing around. He was the recipient of the oh crap badge. Into turn 1, he locked up and went to the right, almost came back and bowling striked the entire field in a turn 1, but he decided not to. All good, buddy. Yeah, sorry. I have it. Like I have the car log incident, but wait, no, hold on. It's right here. Here we go. I got you. I was looking in practice. My bad. Here's Williams' attempt into T1. Goes for a little bit of a ride, bonks the wall, and then somehow does not come back out and absolutely murder the rest of the field, as you actually saw from Mr. Landry's perspective there, that red truck, as you'll see flying by right there, that is the guy that is currently sitting in second position right now. Sean Ryan has actually crossed the start-finish line, though, to start the final lap of the race. See Sean sitting here currently just under 6 seconds or so ahead of Anthony in P2. So through the field, as it stands, Sean Ryan's in first. Anthony Landry's about 6 seconds behind in P2. Kerry Brooks 11 seconds behind him in P3. Another 10 seconds back to Leighton in P4. Another 3 seconds back to Mr. William White in P5. Stevie B, P6 with Corey Abbott right on his heels. P7 trying to make something happen here with the 21 machine. Shea Michelle, a couple laps back now in P8. Matthew looking clean in the 25 and P9. Alex T in P10, 94 machine. Andrew Hardcastle hanging out in the pits. And Frederick is no longer with us, so we will get a cinematic. But Sean Ryan has had a heck of a race. He still does not legally have the fastest lap recorded this race, but I would almost have any 2:13 blazing fast. Oh no, I guess he doesn't. So they gave him his fastest. I don't know. It's just weird. I thought it said that he had a faster one. Anyways, Sean Ryan's had a great race. Sean Ryan has been blinking all race though too, which is kind of something. But as he comes through the final couple corners here, down to the final turn 14, just one to go. Takes a nice wide, a sweeping angle, no pressure on the back of the 9 truck. It sits nice, it's straight, and it's barreling up the hill towards the start-finish line. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Ryan is your Week 3 winner at Road America. Anthony Landry will bring it home in P2. Kerry Brooks making his way up the hill. Grab that last podium place and a solid finish for the 77 machine coming across in P3. Leighton Norgard, P4, as he traverses the hill as well. Bring it home. P4 for the 12 machine. P5 for William White, which looked unlikely after T1 of the actual race, so good for him. Stevie B and Corey A, 6th and 7th, as they will cross the line. And it kind of comes down to where everybody else is on the track right now. It's actually going to be Matthew and Alex here going to finish 9th and 10th, respectfully, and then Shay will be able to finish his lap. Comes around the final corner.
Good.
Will cross the start-finish line to bring it home, P8. Right, all drivers have finished that are still running. Thanks all, it was a great race. Good win, Sean.
Thanks, guys. Sorry I was in the way there for a couple of spots, but I was trying to get out of it.
Griphacks.exe engaged.
Congrats on the win.
Thanks, Ben.
Nice win, Sean. Good battle, Anthony.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Gary. Good race, everyone else.
Oh yeah. Good looking ride right there. Every camera angle but T2 doesn't do any justice to it whatsoever. So that's hey. Jump in at That's a thing. Let's try iRace control instead, gosh darn it. He's left now. Well, still running up. Andrew's still running his way into the pits here. So, awesome race. Awesome group of dudes. Love to see it. Guys, I would love to chat with some folks about the race. I think Carrie and Sean, you guys hopefully still in your chat up there. I can just bounce in there, chit chat for a couple minutes if you guys like to. If you want to be there, cool. If not, no worries. Right. Get our butts over there, shall we? Keep an eye on Hardcastle. Just happens.
Locked it up and smacked into the back of him because I just.
Bum bum bum.
Bum 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 bum. Benny's in the house.
What up?
I'm actually happy I broke a 220.
So how bad was I blinking?
I streamed it, so you can find out for yourself. If you can watch the stream, because I'm convinced your internet is terrible. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, it is. Don't get me wrong, it is. My download speed is 500 kilobytes, so you know.
Oh God, what
It was never scary for me, but you were never. Well, actually, a couple times when you went past me, it blinked a little bit, but.
Yeah. How does it?
I don't
how
think
does
for
it
most
handle?
of the end of the race it did.
How does it handle drafting if a vehicle is blinking in and out of existence? You're behind it.
I honestly don't know. Like, draft isn't like comically powerful, right?
Right,
So like,
it's not.
if you're blinking out for split seconds, then like it's hard to kind of meter. It still feels like it's there if you're blinking in and out. I don't know if like you're completely if someone's completely gone from someone's screen, if like it's not, but the entire time you guys were telling me I was blinking, Carrie was like on my screen, like solid as a rock. So, I mean, for me, I don't think it was affected.
Well,
in my view, you were doing the big jumps.
Yeah, I didn't get the
Yeah, I'm
jumps.
sure.
I just got they're
didn't
not.
disappear.
They're not. So about 80% of my footage of you was looking at the car you were closest to, so that the game didn't do the lazy eye with the camera thing and then snap everybody's necks
Yeah,
back
yeah.
to your truck. So, no, that was really cool, man. I was hoping that Landry would come up here. Anthony, dude, that guy can drive. That was awesome.
Yeah.
You three up
Yeah.
there were having a blast. There's three sharp trucks. I got to commend both of you for that. That was some really cool driving. I wasn't sure who was going to get away with it. I knew Sean probably had the, I don't know, we'll call it the Sean speed, because it's like if he wants to, he can be really, 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 really fast, but he also is prone to making mistakes when he pushes that hard. So I'm like, is
Yeah.
that going to be what happens? But he's rewriting the book from 2 seasons ago in the GT cars for sure. Jesus, my camera just like death zoomed on
Yeah,
Hardcastle's truck on pit road. What the?
that 2 seasons ago was really really frustrating because like it felt like not felt like the Lamborghini was really down on straight line speed, so I felt like every single corner I needed to push to the limit to make up the difference,
Yep.
and it just like culminated in me driving beyond the limit of the car way too
Yeah.
much. So
Yeah, and you're trying to make up for it, and you're on that edge, and it
yeah.
totally happens. No, I never for once thought that you had lost your touch. It's just you were trying to be the hero in a car that didn't want to be. So it happens.
Yeah.
Carrie, you had some pretty good stuff going on there. I guess the question I have, so you're both here. Mitch, I got you here too, buddy. So I had a question for you
Yes.
here in a second. But my question is, how'd the pits go, right? So, Carrie, you go in second, I think. So I think Anthony undercut both of you big time, or at least by one lap.
Anthony, I thought was in. Oh, maybe he was ahead of me.
He was,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
he cycled out in front of both of you. But here's the thing: I thought Sean was going to be at least second, if not still leading, and he was way behind you. So was it the undercut? Was it just the lap or two on that much better of tires that made the difference? Like what
Yeah,
was that it?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so.
I
Now, I mean,
I
you're gonna
love
have some tire at the end, obviously, if
right,
you have the later pit. But
right,
I heated mine up too much on my outlap.
yeah,
I know Sean missed T1 as well. But in terms of just not wanting to lose him, because I felt I could run him down,
mhm,
and several times I was running him down, but I just made way too many mistakes. And then overheated everything. And I was not paying attention at all and drove straight into the beach, as you probably maybe you saw, maybe you didn't. But
yeah.
I was
In
telling
T1,
Jay to go move over to the right, and I'll stay on the left. And he didn't hear me, so I was waiting. And by the time I pulled out, I was like way past the cones.
mhm. Yeah, just
So,
I just
anyways,
watched that.
let's save it.
It
But
was.
I used it up too much.
I mean, to be fair though, that was a great recovery. By all means though, and that was a good job staying consistent there though, Shay, for sure. That was good, buddy.
Yeah. So, so we were talking in the Discord here after that incident, and I keep adjusting volume levels, but my engine was just way too loud, and I did not hear him say, "Hey, can you go left?" So I was just
Yeah.
holding my line.
I
was
have
like,
to.
but-
I have to, as like the broadcaster, I have to 100% change the engine volumes, especially from road to this, because if I run this volume on the road cars, you can't hear them. But
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
American V8 is just a loud thing, very loud, and I love it. But
Right.
it's a big contrast, so you gotta mess with the volume a little bit for sure. But no, that was cool. Saw a couple instances where you bailed off a track to get out of people's way, but there were a couple instances where you stuck it in there too and made them drive around you, which I think is even cooler. Because
Yeah,
it's
I'm just
you kind of trying to figure it out, and it's hard, man. It's hard. I totally get it, but you see the gears turning a little bit in your head. You're like, okay, how do I do this? I don't want to just dive off into the sand trap and sacrifice my race so that somebody doesn't have to try to pass me. But at the same time, I don't want to slow them down too much. How do I do it? And I'm literally seeing progress. It's week 3, buddy, and you're already like, I think, way better at this, and it's only going to go up from here. So super cool. Freaking 8th place, man. Is that not exciting or what? You just took advantage of everybody that made mistakes and just ran your race. That's freaking awesome.
So I literally drove this track maybe 3 times during the last week, just
Yep.
trying to get used to it.
Yeah.
Qualifying, I had 2 turns left, ran out of time, so didn't even call.
Yeah.
And
That stupid admin that can't figure out how to make a session this season.
So
For me.
So a little help there from Kerry. He was giving me a few pointers there, like obviously use the whole of the track. I didn't realize I was like still kind of,
Yep.
not utilizing it all. I got into a groove on it. The brakes on this thing is horrible.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yep.
like coming down the 2 main straights, like just trying to figure out braking points and
Oh yeah.
you know
You can.
trying to get the car to turn in without it just the front understeering sliding out. I had some great corners. I was like, wow, I can't believe I just did that.
Mhm.
I got under a 220, which
Yeah,
I was
buddy.
kind of, if I got down there, I was like, cool. So,
I'm actually
yeah,
watching
definitely
that right
different experience driving, the oval cars on the road course. But, yeah, it was good fun.
now. Awesome, buddy. I'm glad that's the best part of it. You said fun, Carrie. Did you hear that? You said fun.
That's
So
the key.
that's the key, baby. Oh, that's awesome, buddy. Yeah, there. It's funny, when you miss a braking point at a track like this in a vehicle like this, you can almost kind of like write your will out
Yeah.
as
yeah.
you're careening towards the wall that you now are just destined to smash into at Mach 7 because it won't stop, but you still have that much time because you would have had to have started braking that much earlier. So it's just funny how it works out for sure. But the downshifts and everything too, trying to really get it. I just love the H patterns, man. I love just getting up on the wheel and driving this thing. So that was really cool. You guys put on a heck of a show. We got anybody else? I think people are just camera shy this season. I don't know what to tell you, man. But I finally got more than one of the top 3 in the interview, so thank you, Sean, for captive audiencing and also finishing in the top 3. So really cool. But yeah, that's pretty much that's what I'm saying. Yeah, 2, and normally I just get Carrie because he's usually the top 3, and so yeah, not undercutting Carrie and Mitch. They're definitely valuable members, but God, I come into this chat. This is a general chat. I get like 30 people could come in here, and then they wanted to. So.
Yeah,
Oh well.
I think the Abbott guys are up in the other Discord.
Yeah, they're abboting. We know.
Yeah.
All good.
I'm supposedly on their team, but
It's okay.
I'd rather like sit in the actual.
I wouldn't wish
Discord
that on my
and
worst
chat.
enemy. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it was pretty cool to see William White almost buy the farm in the beginning of the race and then just not. Did you guys see that at all?
Well, who was it?
I was confused. He kept
Oh,
spinning
I
off.
was-
Sean and I.
Yeah.
I'll show
So
you.
that wasn't Will. That
was Alex, maybe.
Oh,
no,
was
it
it?
wasn't Alex.
oh no, it was William.
Who was it?
It was William.
was
No.
T2. It was William?
Will biffed at T1. We're talking about T2.
Yeah, no, I was
Oh, yeah,
definitely
if you
talking
haven't
to
seen
you.
that, you need to watch that.
Okay.
I saw it.
I think
I
it's
assume
Fred-
Sean did too. We were talking about it, and
It was Frederick. 51 truck.
Oh man, the truck
Oh,
that finished
Frederick.
second almost got splattered right there. Yeah, let's take a look at that. There is old Frederick. Yeah, he's the one that got assisted in the right rear there by some recro. Oh my. Yeah. I think I did see
yeah,
that.
Sean and I both just waited on the outside.
Yeah.
Loading boost.exe. See ya. No, that's really cool. Yeah, he got his little flap there. He got a signature from William, which was just super netcode. I mean, leave it to William to have that overseas brand netcode, but good lord, man, it's not even close. It's so not even close. Well, maybe it's closer than I thought it was. There was a better angle of. Which was it? Was it TV2?
Maybe the
No.
wheel cam.
Was it TV1? No, it wasn't any of these. Okay, yeah, let's try.
What about the
wheel cam.
axles? Yeah,
Try that.
or whatever.
Right.
Like,
Right front of. Okay. Can.
don't.
Well.
Yeah, I was thrown off because like the first few laps, William was back with me. We actually exchanged a few passes, but then he'd run wide, so I passed him again, and then I'd run off wide, and he passed me again. And it was just like, oh,
You're gonna be left front.
maybe it was William. I don't know.
Is it this brown or gold truck?
Oh, maybe it
Hey,
wasn't.
maybe
him.
there was a little bit of contact. Okay. It definitely registered a little bit late as we're now past it, and it's still not showing any damage on Frederick's truck, so that's fun. But yeah, William went for a ride here, and he did a great job of not including all of his friends.
That snapped on him as soon as he hit the grass, hey?
Yeah.
You know, another thing about me actually having fun with this as well. I didn't hit a single wall this race.
What a
Yeah,
boy.
you did good. In the beginning,
Progress.
I was talking about it. And I was like, yeah, he's on a 1 incident per lap limit right now, and there's a 25 incident limited penalty, and there's 25 laps. So he just needs 1 lap with no incident. And he's got this. There's no black flag,
Yeah.
and then you way undercut it. You actually ended up with only 14. So that's freaking awesome, man.
I say it was the main instance was it was literally just off tracks from
Yep.
you know missing the braking points.
Yeah, it is not uncommon. I don't think anybody. No, everybody got incident points in this one. Nobody was clean except for
Brian
Brian.
got a 0.
Yeah, he didn't
Yeah.
drive though, so there's a little bit of a trick
Oh.
to that. Yeah, he didn't finish. He didn't leave the pits, so. Yeah, and I'm kind of bummed too because Matthew, I was really interested to see him, but he had some. I called him electrical issues, but I think it's internet issues is what we're gonna go with there at the beginning. So he ended up having to join in like 4 laps down. Super bummer.
That stinks.
Wanted to see
Yeah.
just
Oh,
about
okay,
everybody
so
that we could, but
it wasn't William. No, it was who's 22 there.
Huh?
Okay. What car's 22 there? The one in the back there?
Hardcastle
that?
was 22, I think.
Oh, that was okay. Maybe it was me and Hardcastle then. We had a couple of corners there going back and forth. So
good on.
I don't know what just happened there. Did I get loose or something? There was one point there I got so wobbly. I was like left, right, and I don't know how I managed to keep the thing straight.
Yeah, so things that you guys might not have seen too, since I'm still streaming, I will pull up, and this is me. I'm not trying to poke fun at anybody, but there was a pretty nasty incident. Alex ended up having a pretty bad crash. I'd like to go back and highlight that one on lap 11 here, if you guys would like to see. Oh no, this wasn't. Here, no, that was the one where him and Leighton almost caused some hecticness, but Leighton. But
Oh,
same,
I'm looking
same,
at your live stream.
yeah,
Okay,
same spot. Huge, and that's the biggest hit of the night right there, easily. Big hit. So, but, and again, I talked about it earlier in the race, but I would like to highlight that he tows because his truck is junk, and he sits in the pits until his truck is fixed, and he goes back out and he finishes the race 6 laps down. So that's pretty awesome, because normally, most of the people that you'd run previously would probably just leave after that, already using their fast repair and everything. And yeah, he stuck it out and came back and finished 10th because of that. That was lap 11. He gained 2 positions instead of just leaving. So
Give him a shout out.
Yeah, no, I definitely do. So yeah, that's
Anthony is
stuff.
Landry, right?
Yes, yeah, the 39.
A Landry, yeah.
Yep. So yeah, I think I'm gonna pop off stream here. I have to run to the restroom, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. I think we're good, but thanks all for everybody coming in chat, and then John, Carrie, Shay, thank you guys for chit-chatting with me. It's a pleasure as always, and I'm glad that you guys all had some fun tonight. I'm very happy that this ended up being what looks to be a successful road course pick. That was maybe not normal, but still worked out okay what we had. So pretty cool. I really like this track a lot. It doesn't like me back, but I do like it. So not even in a GT car with traction control does it like me, but that's okay. Stories for another time. Gentlemen, have a good night. Chat, everybody. You guys have a good one. We'll catch you in the next one.